Yes,
Okay.
that's great. So we see each other. So thank you again for showing up. I'm
Thank you.
excited to do this with you. And how are you?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to do this too. I'm great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that I know you from Bingham's channel, where I followed your interview with him when you explained about your realization and about your how you discovered your true nature. And then I started following you on your YouTube channel because you were speaking about your process of awakening and how all these things happened. And this
Mm.
helped me a lot in my own process.
Mm.
Your videos really accompanied me in my process of I didn't
Yeah.
know to whom to talk. I didn't know what to do. So this was exactly in time. And then this happened in 2023. And
Yeah.
then in 2024, in March, I think I did the session with you to just to thank you for what you do and for your work and for because this is how I felt.
Thank
And
you.
we have a nice talk. And then then we met in Nice because you
Yes.
came here with your partner, and it was unexpected, but it was nice. I was happy that we went together for a dinner, and it was nice. And we discussed about
Bliss.
bliss, about how this all this feel, and about did you feel that? Did you feel that? And it was nice. And then we had a walk on the
On the
sea.
beach.
Yeah. And here we are again talking about self-realization and what does it mean, the
Yeah.
self-realization?
Mm.
How would you describe it? What is it?
Mm-hmm. First, oh, I have to plug in the battery.
Yeah, yeah.
My computer needs electric food. Um, First, I want to say that I didn't realize that you you met me through David Bingham. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't,
yes, yes,
maybe you
yes.
told me before, but I didn't register it.
Yeah, I watched his channel and I discovered him like everybody else through the
And
book
people, yeah.
The Greatest
Okay.
Secret. And then I went to the Conscious TV.
Ah, you too. Same thing. Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
and this happened maybe 3, 4 years ago after the
Hmm.
book has appeared. And I did not yet understood what he was talking about. There is no, but I was still following and listening. And
Yeah.
then it was my movement here in France from Romania, and I came here and I had my own challenges, and then I saw,
Ah,
and this is
yes.
how I started watching all the interviews because I wanted to hear people talking about this thing
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah. So for
Uh,
me to answer your question,
yes,
the realization is seeing clearly that any concept I have about myself is not my true self. That my true self is non-conceptual awareness, and that if I hold a concept about myself, I limit myself with that concept and others. If I hold concept about others, I limit them to the concept, the idea I have about them. So
this is a self. Mhm.
from this realization, there's more spontaneity and less because I still feel we or I have tendency to say, oh, this is Lorena, and here she is, and this is how she is, and that's kind of a tendency that is overlaid on the spontaneity of the moment. And the moment is this moment, and there's never been another moment that is similar to this one. And we both are here in this moment with what is here now, not with our baggage, really, or our idea of who we are. And
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
sums it
but
up.
it was a long way, I think, to arrive to this. At least this is how it was for me to
Yeah.
realize how do you detach yourself from personal mode and from the programs. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, I know that you too, you had a lot of invitations, let's call them like that, after you saw who you are.
Yeah.
So all these programs, all these memories recorded in our body, in our nervous system need to be cleaned.
Yeah, or there's like a movement that is reforming, kind of always reforming the person I think I am. And then it's kind of, in my direct experience, it's the process of meeting the trigger.
Yeah,
What is triggering this, say, anger, frustration, feeling of, I don't know, sadness or hopelessness? What is behind that
because this is what you do now. You help people in their own, to
process?
see me in their own process, and you also have a course that people can subscribe to, where you discuss about what you learned and about what you discovered.
Yeah, and the tool I learned
The
that
tools.
served me. So I suppose it becomes a, it's like the shift that I find happens is you start to realize, um, why am I putting my attention on something that doesn't serve me? And
Yes.
and finding my way to what feels right and what serves my relaxation, my expansion. And for some people, it will be different. Some people, in
Yeah.
my perception, there will be more a need for a practice of meditation. For some other, is different. For me, it was really finding the tools to reveal the subconscious belief that I was still carrying.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is when I suffer, I have engaged into a limitation that is not true. And my
And
body will tell me.
what do you do with the suffering when you know that is not true, and you know that is maybe a belief beneath, or you know that what do you do to dissolve it?
I
How do you clean it?
yeah, it's there are different approach. I used a lot the
Yes.
welcoming practice of welcoming this energy and detaching from identifying with I am that. That's one way, because there's another way where we can fully feel it by
Yeah.
attaching even more. But let's say
Go
from
into it.
one perspective, there is sadness here. So that was one of the first approach that I did for myself, was to realize, okay, there is sadness here in this moment. I am that which is aware of it. And that movement is appearing in myself, in my true self. And then what would it say if it had words? What one of the way where I could reveal the subconscious, it would say, it's not fair, no one likes me, my partner doesn't understand me, or that was like the word that came up was the limiting belief.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found a way to find what's the benefit that I find when I believe that. It's not, it's a false benefit, right? It's not really beneficial, but it's something that will bring me something. So if I believe no one loves me and I isolate myself, then I do it to feel safe. So I find safety.
That,
So then
yeah,
I
so it's
realize, oh, okay, there we
mm-hmm.
go. Like here is the benefit.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to find the recognition, the approval. If I feel I need to help people to receive value and approval, then maybe I
Yeah, approval,
open.
control, and safety are the basic needs that we all have rooted
Yeah,
in us.
yeah. So I
So we
find the
can,
benefit of the when I believe something, there's an action that I'm doing in accordance to this belief, which provides me what I need or what I believe I need.
or you maybe something that we avoid, like
Protect, yes,
protect. Yeah,
yes, yes, to protect me from being judged or protect me from
exactly.
being condemned or told I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna protect me from something. So that's one of the thing I did is to reveal what is still unconscious, because in my direct experience, the realization is one thing, but the integration is something else.
The integration, yeah. Because sometimes after you see it and you see the bliss and you see how it feels, and it's like you're doing a bath in love,
Yeah,
and you are not even you just you know that it's amazing. It's a different maybe than dimension or filter. How
yeah,
can we describe it? But
yeah,
then we still have the programs which are working behind, no?
yeah,
It's like the phone. If you do not press clean, they have programs and applications that work behind,
yeah. They kind of need to be dismantle, open up,
isn't it?
reveal, seen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a few questions which
Yes.
I ask myself, and I would like to ask you too. Do you think that this can happen to anyone? I mean, this shift of because you were not a seeker before, no? You did not. You were not like a spiritual
I
person
was a
that would.
seeker, but I was seeking in experiences and
Yeah.
material abundance. I was seeking outside of myself, but I was not seeking directly in spirituality.
So
I
you
was
did
not
not really.
going, I was not aware of non-duality. I was not going on any
Ah, no. Yeah.
retreat or anything. I never meditated. It was not, my path was not that.
hmm And at some point, you started to let go because you fed up with suffering,
Yeah.
or you just
I was,
relaxed in that feeling that maybe it was too
I
intense.
I saw that we were constantly repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
So my partner and I, we had the same argument over and over again, and then there was a new situation that was triggering the same. It was again the repetition of the same hurdle, and
hmm
I couldn't I couldn't go on with it. I was like, it's not. Oh no, it's not possible. We're not gonna spend another 10 years, like
Talking about the
arguing
same.
about the same thing and still again finding ourselves in the same situation. And my partner was instrumental in this too, because he was always questioning, how are we gonna break from our pattern? How come we're always like, he was fed up with it too. He was like, we're like exhausted. I can't do it anymore. And the thought that came, I think it's infinite intelligence that is guiding us to the discovery where we find books and breadcrumbs. And for me, the thought was, I just want harmony. Nothing else. Like, please, just that.
hmm
And I think it was the will. It's the will of truth. It's like something started to feel, I was kind of suspicious. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, we have everything one could hope for, and yet I am still miserable.
Yeah.
And that's where we like I never until that point had any distance with my thought.
So you thought all the time that you were your thoughts and you were you and you
Absolutely. Yeah.
and then when you said I want harmony, what happened?
I started to find little breadcrumbs that brought me to the awakening
Yeah.
thing. And
Mm.
for me, it was not the greatest secret. The first one, I think it was a book called, it's by Joe Vital,
Yeah, yeah,
Awake
yeah.
or something.
Ho'oponopono.
Yeah, that's it. And then I fell into, without knowing, I fell into the bliss body.
Wow.
And my my
Amazing.
dog was even like, was a vibration, like she was also instrumental in it, because I remember walking in the woods with her, and she would find a glove and start to play with it. Like she was just like launch it in the air and grab it
Wow.
and run and come to me and dance around with this glove. And I felt like I fell into unity consciousness with that, and joy, and the joy of the simplicity of the moment. So there was like, it's an intelligent design that
Yeah.
you can see after where there was like this,
A
all of this
sequence of events.
sequence of event. And
It's
the
strange.
greatest secret was the one that did it. Like
The last one, it was the last, just the cherry on the top. I
the
think that it
last,
was
yeah.
the same for me because I practiced Ho'oponopono and I translated in Romanian 3 books
Oh, wow.
written by Mabel Katz. It's interesting that, yeah, how,
It served you?
yeah, it served me. Yeah. Do you still say thank you? And
Oh yeah, all the
yeah,
time.
me too.
I feel I live in the big thank you.
It's better to say thank you than to think.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Then you are guided differently, and the bodies are more clean and more light, and
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, the phone was
no
ringing.
problem. So this is how we dissolve the suffering by
Mm.
not uh, attaching ourselves to it, by creating a distance, by being aware that we are not the suffering, that we are not our thoughts, that it's just a program. And why not saying thank you or feel it even more, as you said, also have
Yeah, there's one thing I did
more.
also, which is it's I call it the tantric approach. It's not instead of welcoming and or turning away from the thought, I did the tantric approach where I dove in the feeling.
Mhm.
Like I feel so, so hopeless in this moment. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I felt if I had fear for something, I went even like I'm gonna fully identify with it, knowing that I'm not really that.
Mhm.
And I'm going to feel it even more. And then there was this bodily release
Yeah.
of I call it a release of energy, but it's maybe it's stored energy or it's just created by adopting the thought and fully going in it. I was like, let's go in the roller coaster without resistance. I, I kind of went the other way. Let's feel it even more. And that brought me to a place of feeling emotionally free. Like
Mhm.
no fear of feeling. Because sometimes I hear people like, I want to welcome it, but I fear I'm gonna die or drown in it. And even like with sadness, I remember I felt I might drown in it
Mhm.
because it kept going on and on and on for a long while until it kind of just emptied.
Sometimes it's not emptying from the first time. It needs,
No, that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I got to deeper layer of guilt and shame.
which was beneath, probably, no? This
Beneath.
is
Yeah,
like
beneath. I
layers and
feel,
layers that we hide.
yeah, I felt there was something beneath it, which was guilt of simply being happy while people are suffering. Guilt of leaving people behind or ideas about I need to help them. I have to do something. I released more and more that no, it's not too good to be true. It's possible to live in happiness without sorrow and without guilt or shame about it. And that, in fact, that is of service.
Yeah. When you are full and you are happy and you love yourself from there, and you put yourself first, from there you can help
So,
others.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah, because now in my work as a therapist, I'm using this kind of concepts, like we speak about this, like energy, and it's just an invitation, and it's interesting how I see a good feedback to
Ah,
these ideas.
uh-huh. Yeah.
So maybe all the people that want to let go of suffering and just be happy, if they realize that life is an energy game,
Mm,
and you can see the life through like this,
yeah.
on which frequency or vibration am I,
Yeah.
how can I love myself more just to increase my vibration? And from there to act differently and to this
Receive
can
more.
be uh, receive more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
Um,
important that the love yourself had a role in your journey?
oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
for me, it has a major role. I needed to learn to love myself. I didn't know.
Yes.
I knew, but I didn't know. I needed to
Yeah.
do it in
Yeah,
order
I think
to,
it played a major role in being able to be seen and take my space, because if I hold harsh judgment about myself, then everything is scary because
yeah,
it's really hard on me if I fear, what if I make a mistake? What if I'm not perfect? What if I don't say the right thing? What if I traumatize them? What if, and then all this keeps us from being free. And when I love myself and I am fully okay with stumbling and fumbling, I can fall flat on my face. It's okay. It goes with the human experience. I mean, it's a big university and we're like all just learning. And so like this
yeah.
openness and self-love is yeah, is key. We melt
And
the
you have
mind
a lot
in
of
love.
courage.
Huh?
I wanted to say that you have a lot of courage to tell your story, to just to tell to everybody how it was and how you felt and how
Thank you.
you are so open and loving. Because sometimes when I watch your videos, I mean, I mean, you are so beautiful. Your energy and the way you talk and the way you express your, you really transmit this vibration of love.
Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. It was part of my process to I worked with at the time the inner child.
Yeah,
And even though like these are just concepts and words, they are all point to the same thing. The mind will come in love. The mind is needs to feel safe in love. So in that love, so the inner child is to love your little vulnerable self that feels scared of not receiving enough or not being understood, or and I find there's potency in that work because it's like you become to your inner child the best mom and the best dad you could ever wish for. It's like a growing up process. And and in that safety, then you can make mistake. Then you can try things that feel scary. Then you can play in life in lightness because you're soft with yourself.
yeah.
And yeah, I find
You
this,
don't have your parents' voice or
yeah, you shouldn't do
that,
this.
that we
What will
learn
people
when we were,
think?
yeah.
Yeah,
I also worked with my inner child, but
beautiful.
they did what they knew how to do. The parents too. They
Oh
also have an
yeah.
inner child.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They did their best, and in fact, they served us
Yeah.
to grow and realize. And it's like I see it now as we're all in service to each other. Whatever comes up is serving us to grow or to know what we don't want and to state our term and boundary without projecting shame and guilt on people, just being clear.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Um, what about being the sovereign being and rewriting the script?
Mm.
Uh, I have an idea about it, but I want you to tell me your version
Ah,
about
I'm curious about your version now.
it. My version is that you know that you are not the character, that you I have a way of explaining this um when you know that you are the consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
and then you rewrite the script in my vision, by visualizing and by manifestation of the things that you want,
Mm,
by feeling the feeling, by my favorite method was the Silva method, which I learned a long time ago.
yeah.
Um, but sovereign being, if it means that you can do everything, you are the one who
Nothing,
decides.
not
It means that
limit.
you are aware, that you know that you are aware,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you direct your life in a way that you wish it to go. For
Yeah.
example, it's just it's okay. You saw how the bliss. Okay, but then what?
Mm.
What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah. What do you want to create? Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
create? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
have a lot to say
this
about
is
that.
how I see it. It implies a will, a personal will, if you want, or a personal preference,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Allowing our preference, I find is
or you just let go and let God.
yeah, there
You
is both
just
at the
let
same
go
time,
and
would you say? Yeah. Okay. So my perception is similar, very similar. So, take the analogy of a video game. You are like, you are the play, you're not a character in the play, you're the player that directs the little thing, you know?
Mhm.
And so when you look at your character, you're not gonna say like he's full of shit, right? You're gonna say like, wow, I mean, amazing. I mean, I wonder what's gonna do now. I wonder if I support her. I support my character
Yeah.
to explore and play. And so that frequency of
Mhm.
love again towards our person and our personality can support the flourishing of the personality. So with
Mhm.
that,
Do
or this
you?
analogy,
Mhm.
I'm looking at the thing, the movie that is unfolding in front of me, and I give a lot of love to this character, and it's the first one in my play because it's the one I wake up in the morning. It's already there. It seems to
So
be the
wake
closest.
up with you and you go to sleep with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So so I love her first. And what I like is to have a coordinate that are in alignment with my personality, my excitement, my enjoyment, without being rigid. Without like this has to happen, otherwise it's I need to prove something, or I need this to happen to prove that. If I get in that, then I'm contracting, so I'm gonna relax. I like to set coordinate, and I'm gonna say like, in which movie do I want to play? And I might take a bold action that brings me where I went to San Francisco because I want to work away from home while I visit a city that inspires, excites me. And so I did.
Mhm.
And sometimes the mind will be, oh, you don't really need it. No, but I enjoy it, so why not? And so I'm testing the limit of the field by following my
Mhm.
enjoyment. And that
Yeah,
implies that we
because
all
this comes
have
from.
personality and preference.
Mhm.
It's
How
kind of,
how do you, the intuition and the joy and following your passion comes from the wisdom body, not from the
yes,
mind, because
yes.
usually the mind is negative and it's contracted. It gives
I,
you a
f-
sense of contraction, no?
I
And
find that the first movement is an intuition, and sometimes the mind will come on top of it and say you should and you shouldn't and you must and you have to. And if I can follow the first movement of enjoyment and joy, maybe the mind will say like you're not gonna
yeah,
survive, you're not gonna make money, nothing's gonna work, and you have to work hard. But if I still follow the movement of enjoyment, life will reveal to me that I'm fine, that there's no lack. That on the contrary, I receive more while I'm enjoying and doing what I love and enjoy. And at the same time, Because if we go deeper in realization, the mind is a tool that creates preference. I prefer this over that because it's a comparison. It's something that compares. And it brings, so in a sense, everything is the same thing. So I could relax having absolutely no preference. And yet, I enjoy ice cream and I love traveling, and some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that the preference of my personality are allowed, and I follow that enjoyment. Maybe I prefer writing than I don't know than doing video, and it's that's more I find in alignment with effortless being, where we prioritize what feels right, not with what we think is right,
Mm-hmm.
or the mind thinks it right.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes life you puts you in a certain type of difficulty just to overpass this difficulty. I mean, even if you,
Yes.
it's like, why? Because the infinite intelligence wants us to dissolve
Yeah.
uh, a program,
Yeah.
or because sometimes you have preferences, but you are called to do something different than that. Like,
Yeah. 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 I felt that too. It's like I would prefer not to do this, but I feel this, I have to do this and I will do it. But it comes from I think it comes from a place of
calling.
it support our growth,
Yeah, this you can call it
or
like that. Or
if
growth.
it's a big lesson is to release an attachment that we still hold.
Hmm.
That's my perception. Like the biggest lesson I had in life prior to realization always came because I had an attachment to an outcome and I needed like to release. I
Hmm.
needed the lesson, we could say.
Yeah, it's like the need to control.
Mm-hmm.
At least this is how I felt before, the need to control the things, and then you let go, you become neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, but integration can take
Years.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's both, eh? It's both. The realization is very clear and the integration is ongoing. That's how I feel. That's how it feels for me. It's ongoing. And it becomes easier and easier though, and that's the part that I find is most wonderful. And one of the thing about creation, what I use when I want to create something is I create from the heart frequency,
Hmm.
meaning, and that's something I came across before realization. I always I envision for the benefit of everyone involved,
Yeah.
including myself. So
Hmm.
it's if it feels like a win-win-win, I'll propose something or because it serves everyone, including myself.
Hmm.
So that I find is a way to I imagined my perfect day,
Hmm.
and in my perfect day, I don't drive a car very often. I work from home, I'm tranquil, I eat my breakfast quietly, I walk my dog. Then I have my group sessions twice a week, and this is my perfect for now, this is my life of which I don't want to retire from.
Yeah. So your perfect day, it's not a day of vacation. It's a day. It's not a day in the on a Greek island, just staying in the sun.
Yeah, no, no, yeah. I used to go in the sun and I was like, okay, then what? Like there's I suppose there's a feeling of wanting to contribute that is not from the personal.
No, it's more
It's
like a
it's
calling.
yeah, it's like it's a natural wish for everyone's happiness, but not to the detriment of my own.
Yeah.
Because there's no person there. It's a love that loves because it cannot. do anything else than that.
Yeah.
And then but then there's a few trap where I find some people fall into, and one of them is I call it the polarity of compassion.
Hmm.
Because you have so much love and compassion that you end up not taking care of your need. And it brings so much joy to give that we would all do it for free because it's so enjoyable. And then at some point in my path, I was like, why? But why do I need this to feel nourished? It's like, where is it coming from? And
Because
can
it's the
I?
equilibrium. It's you need a balance between offering and receiving.
Yes.
Cannot do a therapy session without being paid. And even if when I did an experiment when it was the pandemic, I proposed to the clinic I work with in Bucharest to do the free sessions for people, which maybe you know how you remember how it was. And from all these people, which I don't know how many, hundreds or thousands, you know how many they came to therapy online? 11 people.
Oh,
Free because it was 11 people. They don't
yeah.
need it if it's free. It's like you cannot value your t-shirt if you it's
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
an equilibrium, a balance
Yeah,
between.
and then I find there's a deeper and deeper realization that what you're able to give yourself, you are able to receive. And it goes with everything. So if I don't give myself love, it's hard to receive love from others. If I don't give myself understanding, patience, it's hard to receive understanding from others. And same with gratitude. If I'm not grateful for who I am, people cannot be grateful for my presence. It all comes from my
I'm grateful for your presence. I'm always grateful for your
I
presence.
am grateful for my presence. So then, like you know how what I
I
mean?
just
Like if
confirmed.
it gets confirmed by the field because it starts with us in us.
Yeah.
And so if I give myself a gift of time or value or whatever I give myself a gift of, I can receive from the universe. And it goes the same with money. That's my perception. But money is a loaded topic. It's full of like
Yeah, yeah.
belief and our relationship with it. I think we can clean it more. And then
Hmm.
when I choose to give myself something, I can receive it.
Yeah.
So it goes with engaging in paying for a session with someone. It's something I choose to give myself and I receive it back.
Yeah. And the people who are in the same frequency with you, or if they need your assistance, they will find you.
That's it.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I value myself, people value me because life is a mirror. It's reflecting the belief I hold about myself.
Hmm.
It's gently, benevolently, and indifferently reflecting back.
Yeah. Um, I know it's true.
Mm,
When I loved myself the most, and when I didn't need the love of anyone, because I loved myself so much, I worked on. I just love myself and I appreciate myself. And then my happy, fulfilling relationship just fell into my lap.
yeah.
So it's important to love ourselves and to value ourselves, and even if it's about money or relationship or work or just being happy in the world, enjoying our days.
Yeah.
Loving ourselves means raising our frequency, raising our consciousness.
Yes, yes. And it also means that I can love others freely
Yeah,
because I
exactly.
don't
Without being
feel,
afraid of or being jealous or being envy, because you know it. Nothing can help. Just love yourself, no matter what.
yeah. And then there's no more envy and resentment. It's a frequency that is not There is no envy and resentment in that frequency because we know that we are all infinite creator and we can follow our heart. And so then there's no like, oh, it's not fair. They're doing it. I don't have it. And it's really emptied of that. There's no envy and resentment in that frequency. And
No,
that
because what's yours, it's yours anyway. Only
you're
love
not taking
matters.
anything from anyone. It's
No,
no, yeah, yeah.
it's great, great. And how does bliss feel?
Ah, bliss. Okay, bliss for me. Before I speak of it, bliss is not our true nature. So bliss is a party. There's the sadness party, there's the joy party, there's the bliss party. And
Yeah.
and sometimes when we attach to bliss, or we because we prefer it, it's so sweet.
Oh, it's the nicest party.
It's a lovely
It's the party
party.
we want to go to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And in my path, I had to really let go of the need for bliss or the attachment to bliss. I had to really be okay with effortless being. So when that came, that was enough. Just effortless being this sense of what we're doing right now. We're effortlessly present and we're effortlessly sharing. There is no preparation, it's not planned. We're functioning from infinite intelligence. When that was enough, I started to have more access to bliss. And how it show up for me, it's very quiet. It's mostly when I look at things, I see everything as a little personality.
Mhm.
It's
You
shining.
personify.
Yes, it's all shining and it's all just waiting to be of use. It's like everything is full of love. Everything is just there waiting. Like, and I can connect to it quite easily. I look at object on the kitchen counter and everything is kind of dancing or it's not really dancing, but it has the frequency of just
Mhm.
love. And I can easily see the perfection in any little, like I show this often, and this little object is so cute. I can look at a car, I see the personality, I see personality of things. And I feel that's probably the bliss body. And my way to connect to it is really to just be attentive and drop in the essence of things, the presence. Things emanate a presence. And just instead of seeing the label of the thing, just seeing the essence.
Mhm.
So
To see
that's
them
what
not
I'm doing.
through the mind, but through the heart, through
Yeah,
the
yeah,
presence, without labeling, and that brings you in a different state of
yeah. And there is no time, and there is no outside later somewhere else. It's
you're just
absolutely
there. That's it.
timeless.
Yeah. Because you're not using the mind.
No,
Mhm.
it's a little bit like artists, how they paint. They're able to transmit that presence, that they see the presence in things, some artists, and they transmit it through their painting. And then we look at their painting, wow. Well, you can look at your kitchen and feel that, wow, when you're connected to that. That's my perception.
Mhm.
What about you? So I'm very curious with Bliss.
For me, I'm using yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure if I can switch in between the bodies just like that, or it happens because sometimes it happens. I just feel it. This kind of relaxation, it's always with me, even when I I have a turbulence.
Yes.
It's I still I know I have them both. I don't know how
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
explain
yeah,
this if it makes
yeah.
sense,
It does.
and it does. And
Hmm.
then the bliss is sometimes I'm using I see you, yes, thank you, yes, and I repeat this in my mind, and something that this word contains cleans the, or something beautiful happens, or a surprise happens, maybe little things, not very, but beautiful. And then I'm in the state, and sometimes I don't, I told you that I don't even want to move because I don't want to get out of the state. I don't want to go to sleep because
Oh, yeah.
uh, I'm gonna just not, I lose the state because
Yeah.
it's not always there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's more
And
accessible.
yeah, it's accessible. It's accessible. I have pretty often, but doesn't mean because in my case were the dark modes, and I call them the intensity of the programs in a huge contrast with the bliss. So it's up and down. Even though as a character I'm very
Stable.
uh, stable, calm, and relaxed, I could say. But in this process, it's like, wow,
You see the contrast.
actually, from an intense suffering, I let everything go and I saw all the bliss because I wanted freedom more than I wanted the world.
Yeah.
Like Lester Levinson said, used to say,
Yeah.
like I was listening to him, to all his videos, and I read his books and before realization, and
Uh-huh.
I knew that it must be a state. I knew that must be a state that I have access, but I didn't know how to. It was not just a simple happiness. I knew that. I knew because all the time when I read also Eckhart Tolle's books and I listened to his videos, and I felt this calmness that just came from
Mm.
stopping the mind. That was all, but I
Yeah.
did not yet fully understood it.
Ah.
And before, I did not know
Yeah.
why am I now like this, and I did not make the connection
I
between you are not
see.
the mind yet.
Yeah, yeah, you saw the contrast and it
Yeah,
kind of stirred you up to find the
to
answer.
find this is the what that I think I was seeking, searching, and then when I saw this bliss and how it feels, and my first thought, I think it was a thought, was they were right. Everything they
Ah,
said was right. You know, they were right. And
uh,
you
yeah.
don't stay there. Maybe some people will succeed to stay there, but then you are human. You
Yeah,
still
and
have
I find when we are okay with simple contentment,
yeah.
very, very simple contentment, because any attachment is in the way. And I fell into the trap of attachment to bliss. I because I remember when the realization came for me, there was such an instant recognition. I think I was in bliss for about 6 weeks. Like there was no thought. I couldn't
Wow.
recollect tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, like, oh my God. And it was like a very high state. But then when it started to leave, I
Mm.
started to re-engage and re-identified with the mind. Then I was like, oh, I shouldn't think. I don't want to think. But that's another thought. That's an
That's
invitation as
another
well.
thought. Yeah, and I think that you saw the bliss, or even for me, just to keep it in mind that the programs, these types of programs, you need to clean, or
Mm-hmm.
you have to pass through this, but don't forget that there is also bliss. So you remember, at least this is
Yeah. You
when I
remember
wrote
enough.
down all, I described the bliss, not to forget it, because then I had the tendency to forget why it's the dark mode again, why,
Yeah.
and and then you come back to normal. I
Yeah.
can like this, and then again bliss, and again a challenge, and then again, but it's good.
Yeah.
I
And
also,
I'm not sure if we all experience the same. I don't, I feel it's probably very different how people experience bliss.
yeah.
And I found that in my case, I really needed to let go of
Yeah.
wanting it. And for me, effortless being is enough. And bliss, now I can access a little bit more. And also, I think there is also bliss with the deep conviction and knowing that I am safe. And I always have what I need and a little bit more. And the more we recognize that, the more bliss is present in my
Mhm.
experience. And so I think for people, if they want to use this video to support themselves, be okay with just contentment. It's like very simple. You have a good day and you sit down at night and you're content. It's living in that state of contentment. And when bliss is an aroma. When it's here, it's here. When it's not, it's not. And when I find myself in this negative down spiral, I can just like question and say, oh, okay, there's an emotion here. My emotional body is a GPS. It's letting me know that I'm now falling into belief.
Yeah.
If I feel, I make a distinction between the feeling contracted or a primal state or feeling open and expanded.
Mm-hmm.
And if I start to feel contracted, I know there's something beneath. Maybe I have some guilt. Maybe I have a belief that's still there. And I can look at it and say, oh, okay, thank you. Just like you're saying, thank you for showing me. I welcome all the trigger. Show me, because I know on the other side of the trigger, there's always more freedom.
Yeah.
So I might say, like, it's been a while that I've been triggered, but I never know. I can be
Yeah.
triggered the next minute. And I
Great.
fall back into the contentment and just living in effortless contentment. In curiosity, I find it's like the curiosity is a door, it's a portal. Instead of
Mhm.
having fear of what's gonna happen, I live in the curiosity. I'm curious. Oh, I'm curious. What's gonna happen today? I don't
Mhm.
know.
This keeps an open attitude and curiosity and wonder, like we learn in sophrology. This is how we say, just watch your body with curiosity and wonder, like it is for the first time that you see, you feel it. An open
Mm,
attitude and
mm,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's the courses that you do, the people can go on your website and
Yeah.
subscribe to your website is Julie Cloutier.
No, no, my
No, Truth
website,
Bakery. Truth Bakery. Yeah,
truthbakery.com.
Truth
Yeah.
Bakery. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And the
Dot
best
com.
the best way is the YouTube.
The YouTube. And they can go to
Yeah.
YouTube.
And then from there, there's
Julie
a few
Cloutier
links.
channel.
They can have a conversation if they want to and ask
They have
questions.
conversation. Yeah.
And
They
I
can.
have a small group mentorship and a private mentorship and maybe a new course coming up. It's no, there is not maybe. There's a new course that I'm co-creating with someone. So there's always something new. I never know what it's gonna be.
Because you are open and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are
no,
wonder.
there's a book. We're co-writing a book. It's amazing. It's something I never expected. Well,
Mhm.
kind of had an interest in writing, but now it's unfolding effortlessly. So, yeah. And you, tell me more.
About
Yeah, you're launching your
about
YouTube right now?
of a this is the first video that I do with you, thanks to you, because we had a discussion before, and I'm gonna upload it on my YouTube channel without being afraid of being judged.
Yes.
And
Yay. Yay.
and feel free to express myself the way I can, the way I express
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
And then I see. If I will continue to record some videos, maybe in Romanian language. I
Mm.
also have some books which I've made before, and they contain a lot of exercises like 10 weeks of self-discovery and self-care
Wow.
exercises. Um, that could be interesting
Rich.
for people, and I have, even for my clients that I work with, I have good feedback from them. Even today,
Nice. Oh,
she told me
nice.
that she bought the book for her daughter, and she made the week with the inner child, and all the time something comes up, and it's interesting. This is how I
You're being guided.
yeah.
You have so much to offer. It's great.
Thank you.
You don't allow the mind to
To
distract you.
enter.
You walk straight ahead. Yeah, so there
Yes.
is surely gonna be some evolution in your YouTube and a way to reach out to meet you. That's really awesome. I'm happy for you. It's so fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
like I told you also last time, like your videos helped me.
Mm. And
Other
yours.
videos can help anyone else, which is they are searching or they find something to talk
Yeah.
about. This is
Yeah.
how we can find each other now with the online
Yes, it's the
tools.
infinite self in support to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is serving. I like also this the deeper realization that even when some people come to my course, I learn as much as they learn because I give myself the permission to not be perfect and I learn through them. So we all learn through each other. That's really it's not like a teacher and student position that
So,
I hold. It's I too am in it and I
yeah,
too am
yeah, we
vulnerable
influence
with
each other and we have different interactions, and each interaction, I think it's different because you are the same, but you are not the same.
yeah,
With,
that's
I
good.
mean,
Yeah.
you are the same person, but when you talk to people, a different energy is
Different
emanating.
aspect. Yeah, it's all a co-creation.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
this is also something which I noticed in my work as a psychotherapist. Um, so we see how what I'm gonna do.
really nice.
I will let you know about um,
Yes,
France
keep me posted.
because
Yeah, yeah, maybe we're gonna see each other again. That's
I
amazing.
would
Exciting.
love to come,
Yeah.
but I told you I don't know about my dog. How is he's gonna feel? He's not so. He
Mm,
has 2 3 good days, and then his belly becomes again full of water. His lungs are full of water, and we have to give him pills. We have to take him out every one
mm,
2 hours. I'm not sure how
yeah,
it's
it's going to
gonna.
evolve.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
Yay.
yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you so
inviting me.
much, Julie. It was nice talking to you,
Nice talking to
and
you.
I will let you know after.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for
Thank
everything.
you. Thank you. So see you soon, I hope.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Mm, mm, mm.